All right, to talk more Red Sox Astros, we bring in Nick Friar, Red Sox analyst. And Chris Sale kind of faltered down the stretch. He didn't pitch his last outing. No postseason experience. Is it the lack of experience, his struggles in September? Is it just the Astros offense? What was it today that made him struggle?
Well, I think the Astros offense is a problem. First of all, obviously Jose Altuve hit 3 home runs. I mean, when you throw a pitch down the middle all the time, especially your fastball, guys are going to hit it out of the yard. But I look at, you bring up down the stretch, Yianni. I look at Sale, look at Porcello last year and Price. Those two guys are a completely different case than Sale. Sale is fatigued. He's tired. We saw in September he didn't do well. He was also, pretty much just as bad in August. So, the Red Sox are going to have to look at this next year and say, we have to handle Chris Sale differently throughout the year.
Yeah, because down the stretch, everyone's saying, is he getting too much work? But had they won today and he pitched well, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But I mean, he was overworked throughout all season pretty much.
Outpitched by Justin Verlander. Can't fault him for that. Verlander, fantastic player. Sox offense, is this more of a product of Verlander's stuff or Sox offense struggling?
Well, I think when you see Chris Sale not do well, the Red Sox automatically get tight, especially after what happened last year. And then, of course, Justin Verlander, I was saying it before, that he's a great pitcher in the postseason, never mind in the regular season. So a guy like that, you add him to an explosive offense, that's going to make a big difference.
Let's go back to the first inning. Kind of a bad omen. Eduardo Nunez, first at bat. Can't even make it down the first baseline. He was on the fence for making the postseason roster. Obviously not completely healthy. What'd you make of that?
Honestly, we saw him at the workout on Tuesday, Yianni, and I thought he was totally fine. He was swinging the bat fine. He was moving around, fielding balls well, throwing it fine. I was shocked. Still am kind of shocked. I mean, he took 2 steps and then done. I can't imagine him coming back. I know Chris Young's probably going to be the guy that fills his shoes, but a huge loss in this lineup. A guy who I look at and I say either the most important guy in the lineup or second most important. Yeah, exactly. Him and Mookie Betts are the 2 guys, so losing him is huge.
All right, now when you lose 8-2, you can't really pinpoint one play in terms of the Red Sox offense that made them lose the game. But the base running gaff with Pedroia at third, where Moreland barely squeeze in. Obviously, the old adage, you can't make the last out in an inning at third. Is this emblematic of them pushing the envelope with base running and it comes back to haunt them?
No, this is a completely different case. And look, I haven't been critical of their base running throughout the year. I like the aggression. I understand what they have to do. But Yianni, that's a middle school base running mistake. You want to know how I know that? Because I learned that in middle school.
And Pedroia is supposed to be a heady guy.
Exactly. Look, and you have Josh Reddick, a guy who Pedroia played with. Okay, you know that he has a cannon. I mean, we saw he almost threw out Mookie Betts in that sac fly. That's a mistake that Pedroia just I fell asleep on. I don't know, but that's not them just being overly aggressive. That's him just kind of being stupid, I guess.
You picked the Astros in 3, which I thought was aggressive. I picked the Astros in 5, but the narrative out there is that the Red Sox needed to get Game 1. They, of course, didn't. Are they in big trouble?
Well, when you look at Dallas Keuchel, who's got a 1.45 ERA against lefties this year, yeah, I'd say they're in a little bit of trouble. And Hanley Ramirez is also a guy who hasn't hit lefties well, and he's going to have to hit. So, and if you put Chris Young in, he's also not hit lefties well this year. So it's not looking good for this game. But Drew Pomeranz, look, he's been consistent throughout the year. You got to give him that, much like Porcello of last year. And it's his first postseason start, too. So we're going to see how that goes. But they can win this game, but I'm not confident, I'm going to be honest. I still stand by what I said, especially after what I saw from Altuve today.
If they win and it's 2-0 coming back to Boston, it's done?
Yeah, no chance. No chance.
John Farrell, does he have a job with the Red Sox next year if they lose the series?
I would think so, given, he's won the AL East the past 2 years. And, the Red Sox usually they're not so quick to pull the trigger on that, no matter how much the fans or we say on the radio that, whether or not he should go. But, yeah, I can't see them getting rid of Farrell.
All right, we'll see what happens. Game 2 tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Nick Friar, thanks so much for joining us.